These aren't wooden, they're human. George Washington wore the teeth of enslaved people in his mouth, and we replaced that horror story with a lie about wood. Every kid in America learned Washington had wooden teeth. Tour guides say it, textbooks print it. But here's what actually happened. Washington bought teeth from enslaved people on his plantation for 122 shillings each, ripped them out, mounted them in his jaw with gold wire and lead. His diary entries prove it. Museum records confirm it. The actual dentures, right here on screen, show human teeth embedded in ivory and metal. So why does everyone remember wood? Because someone made a choice. In the 1800s, historians couldn't handle the truth. Wooden teeth sounded quaint, quirky, presidential. Human teeth purchased from enslaved people? That's uncomfortable. That forces questions about the founding fathers we're taught to worship. So they buried the evidence under a comforting lie. And it worked. For 200 years, we've been telling children a fairy tale version of history because the truth revealed something uglier about American mythology than anyone wanted to admit. Today, when you visit Mount Vernon, they'll show you the real dentures. But millions of Americans still believe the wood story, because once a lie becomes comfortable enough, it doesn't matter how many times you reveal the truth. The question isn't, why did we lie? It's, what else are we lying about right now that our grandkids will discover? Vikings never wore these. Ever. Not in battle. Not at home. Not once. Every Halloween costume, every movie, every textbook image. Complete fabrication. And it started with a lie that made someone rich. Here's the problem. Archaeological evidence from hundreds of Viking burial sites shows simple iron helmets. That's it. No horns, never horns. Horns would be tactical suicide in combat. Your enemy grabs them and you're dead. So where did this image come from? 1876. A German costume designer named Karl Emil Doppler is working on Wagner's opera Der Ring des Nibelungen. He thinks Vikings need to look more dramatic. So he adds horns, completely made up. The opera becomes a sensation. The horned helmet becomes the Viking image worldwide. But here's where it gets wild. When Scandinavian immigrants flooded into America in the late 1800s, they were discriminated against, called savages, told they weren't real Americans. So they grabbed Doppler's fake Viking image and said, look how powerful our ancestors were. The Minnesota Vikings adopted it. Cartoons used it. It became American pop culture. A costume designer's creative choice became historical fact because it served a purpose, making immigrants feel powerful and Americans feel like their country had warrior heritage. Truth didn't matter. The image was too good.
Now actual Scandinavians have to explain to tourists, no, we never wore those.
Museums dedicate entire exhibits to debunking it. But the lie won. It's in every store, every movie, every mind. A single costume from 1876 rewrote history, and it makes you wonder, how many other facts are just good marketing that nobody bothered to question? Columbus died thinking he'd found Asia. He never knew America existed. He never set foot on North America. Not once. He landed in the Bahamas, convinced it was the East Indies, and died 14 years later, still believing his own delusion. But every American kid learns. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue and discovered America. There's a federal holiday, statues in every city. So here's the question. If he never knew America existed, never stepped foot here, and arrived 500 years after Vikings already visited, who decided he discovered it? They were being lynched, discriminated against, called slurs, denied jobs. They needed an American hero, someone to prove Italians belonged in America's origin story. So they picked Columbus, lobbied Congress for decades, and in 1934 got Columbus Day declared a federal holiday. It didn't matter that Columbus never discovered America. It didn't matter that when he arrived in the Bahamas, the Taino people had been living there for thousands of years, or that the Aztec capital Tenochtitlan was larger and more advanced than any European city. The myth served its purpose, giving Italian Americans a claim to American identity. And for 100 years, we've been teaching children a story invented by desperate immigrants who needed acceptance. We named cities after him, built monuments, created a holiday, all celebrating a man who thought he'd reached Asia and enslaved thousands of indigenous people while being geographically confused. Today, cities are replacing Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. But it took a century to undo a lie created not by historians, but by politics, desperation, and the need to belong. Makes you ask, what history are we creating right now that future generations will have to debunk? People burned these because they thought radio waves spread viruses. 2020. COVID is exploding. People are dying, hospitals overwhelmed, and millions of people became convinced that 5G cell towers were either causing the virus or suppressing their immune systems to make them vulnerable. Videos went viral, celebrities shared it, telecom workers received death threats. In the UK, people literally set towers on fire. In America, conspiracy theorists harassed engineers. The theory spread faster than the actual virus, because it gave people something to blame, someone to fight, when the real enemy was invisible and terrifying. Here's how dumb this was. Viruses are biological. Radio waves are electromagnetic radiation. That's like saying your Wi-Fi gave you the flu. COVID spread in countries with zero 5G infrastructure. It spread in rural areas with no cell coverage. Iran got devastated. They had no 5G networks. The theory made zero scientific sense. So where did it come from? A mix of existing 5G fears, social media algorithms rewarding engagement over truth, and genuine terror searching for explanations. Someone posted the theory on Facebook. The algorithm saw massive engagement, pushed it to millions. News outlets covered the controversy. Suddenly, burning cell towers became a form of pandemic resistance. Cell towers destroyed. Emergency services disrupted. Some areas lost 911 access. All because scared people believed radio waves could carry viruses. And here's the terrifying part. This wasn't ancient history. This was 2020. The age of information became the age of weaponized stupidity. The conspiracy is still alive. People still believe it. Despite every scientist, doctor, and engineer explaining basic physics, it proves something darker than ignorance. It proves that when humans are scared enough, truth becomes optional. And social media algorithms don't care which one spreads faster.
October 2018. A journalist asks a migrant mother walking 2,000 miles with her children, "Did George Soros pay you to come here?"
Who's George Soros? Is that a place?
2 weeks earlier, videos of Central American migrants flood social media. Thousands walking. Families, children, elderly. Someone tweets, "Soros is funding this invasion to steal the election." Within 6 hours, 100,000 shares. Within 24 hours, cable news is debating it. Within 48 hours, politicians are calling it an organized attack on America. A billionaire puppet master. Paid actors, stolen elections, the perfect villain. Facebook's algorithm goes nuclear, engagement metrics explode. Fear plus anger plus mysterious billionaire plus maximum shares. News outlets cover the controversy. They show the caravan. They show Soros. They put them side by side. The brain connects dots that don't exist. Repeat it enough times, and correlation becomes causation. Causation becomes fact. Fact becomes reality. But here's what actually happened. Journalists fly to Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador. They interview hundreds of migrants. The stories are identical. Gang violence, extortion, murder. Governments can't protect them. So they walk. They pool their last money for food. They travel in groups because cartels kidnap solo travelers for ransom, or worse. When asked about Soros, most don't know the name. One woman thinks it's a type of food. Another asks, "Is that in Mexico?" So how did millions believe it? Simple. Someone posted caravan footage plus existing Soros conspiracies. The algorithm detected massive engagement. It didn't care about truth, it cared about clicks. So it pushed it, and pushed it, and pushed it. To liberals who were outraged, to conservatives who were terrified, to everyone in between who was confused. Every reaction fed the machine. News outlets chased ratings, politicians chased votes, and truth drowned in the noise. The caravan arrived at the border. Most were turned away. Some applied for asylum, legally. The invasion fizzled. But the lie? It's immortal. Still cited in conspiracy circles, still repeated at rallies, still believed by millions who never saw the follow-up stories. Because the truth is boring, the conspiracy is thrilling, and once a lie hits the emotional center of your brain, facts are just noise trying to ruin a good story.
July 15th, 2020, 3:47 p.m., one Reddit post. 48 hours later, the internet convinced itself that a furniture company was selling children. Someone screenshots expensive Wayfair cabinets with names like Samia and Yaritza. Posts, "These match missing kids, $10,000 cabinets, wake up," within minutes. Shares, within hours. Celebrities, within a day. Millions believe children are being shipped in furniture. Water save the children explodes. Parents sprint to police stations with printouts. YouTubers make investigation videos. 10 million views in 72 hours. News anchors debated on live TV. Wayfair's stock crashes. The company issues emergency statements. And here's the insanity. People start ordering the expensive cabinets to see what arrives. Then reality hits. Journalists fly to warehouses. Those missing children, safe at home, have been for years. The $10,000 cabinets, industrial-grade commercial furniture. Hotels use them, hospitals, the names. Wayfair's algorithm randomly generates them. Samia and Yaritza are common names. Pure, mathematical, coincidence. But the damage is done. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children releases a statement. "Stop, you're overwhelming our tip lines, real cases are being buried. FBI field offices drown in false reports, actual trafficking investigations, delayed. Children who need help can't get through the noise." And that cabinet you're looking at right now, still on Wayfair, 0 children found, 0 arrests made, 0 trafficking uncovered. But the lie is immortal, because here's what nobody wants to admit. We're more addicted to feeling like heroes than actually helping. So, here's my challenge. You just watched 6 lies that fooled millions, and I guarantee at least one of them you believed at some point. Don't lie. Which one was it? Drop it in the comments right now. Was it Washington's teeth, Vikings, Columbus, 5G, Soros, or this Wayfair nightmare? And if you made it this far, you're exactly the kind of person I'm building this community for. People who actually want truth, not comfort. So subscribe. Because next week I'm dropping the lies your parents still believe. And the week after that, the conspiracy theories that are being manufactured right now to fool you tomorrow. This isn't just content. This is a movement against viral stupidity. And I need you in it. Subscribe. Watch the other videos. Comment. Share. Let's build something that actually fights back. Because the next lie is being written right now. And you get to decide if you spread it or help me destroy it.